I think that's been on my mind a lot over many years of working in my witchcraft practice is how much human projection are we putting onto the spirit realm? So when we meet a spirit, a god, a deity, and we say like that deity reached out to me, or I dreamt of a spirit, or they came to me in my practice, or through the tarot, or however spirits might connect with us. Through those like astral pathways, we'll experience them through our own lens. So it'll be in our cultural context. We will experience spirits through our gender context, through preconceived ideas of what that deity or god or spirit might be like, stories that we've been told, and just like the entire makeup of our life, all of our conditioning, is present when we interact with the spirit realm. And we have to be so vigilant to not project too much onto them and to let them reveal themselves to us as they are in their own way. And this might be very unsettling, or it can be very surprising. So, for example, one of the spirits that has connected with me over the years is what I would perceive as a fairy king. And so there's all of this baggage that comes with the idea of the word king for me. This is like a masculine figure. This is a leadership or authority figure. This would be someone who has like a certain amount of power or influence in the world, and is in like some kind of hierarchy as well. So when I meet these spirits or this fairy king, right, in the spiritual realm, I'm bringing all of that with me, all of those preconceived ideas of what I would consider to be a figure that is like king-like or royal or in charge of something, who might have a consort, another king or queen or monarch or authority figure, in their orbit with them. Um, and I just wonder about this a lot. So if like all of that was eliminated, like if we got rid of the idea of like kings and authority, and that wasn't like a part of our culture or our societies or our world, if that archetype was no longer what it is, what would that fairy king be? How would they present themselves to me? What kinds of magic or gender expression or power would be now what I'd be interacting with? And I think about this as someone who like works with these entities of like how much is our human projection being put onto these entities, and if we were to remove it, how much more expansive could our experience be? How maybe even how much deeper can we go with these beings, because we're no longer being like tripped up by anything that might come with these roles that we've put them in. So like um, I think it's important to be respectful of other spirits and entities and treat them just as you would like another physical person that you would see, in person, in so-called real life or in waking life. Um, because that these spirits are like full complex beings in their own right, and our interaction with them, we should bring that kind of um, respect and thoughtfulness in our interactions, with any spirit that um, has made space for us and is loving and healing, or a teacher or a mentor, whatever the spirit is like why they're interacting with us. We should bring um, our discernment, our respect, and intention. um, so yeah, anyway, the point is, if we were to remove some of those constructs of the archetype, what are we left with? What is that entity? Is that the only way that they can interact with us? Or does the view of who they are become more expansive, and our understanding of it, and therefore our own magic, gets strengthened? So in my work with this, what I would call fairy king, I just like if I could remove that title completely, like what's my experience of that being? And it shifts, it changes, the power dynamic shifts, and the nebulous nature, like the mystery of it is revealed. So it's like pulling back these layers that show me there's like deeper magic at work. There's some kind of mystery beyond those titles or those names. And I think it's so important for us not to get too stuck in the titles and the names and the archetypes, which are really useful and great tools and creative and fun. And I love working with that stuff. But just like pushing a little bit deeper past those names and all of the things that go with the so-called identities that we connect with and attach to, which can be very useful and help us understand ourselves. But when it comes to getting into the like deeper current of what the magic is, all of that stuff seems to disappear and just not exist in that realm in the same way. So yeah, ultimately what I'm trying to express or convey and share with you is that whatever you're tapping when you get to those entities and those spirits, whatever you are connecting with, try to just look beyond even the vision or the visual and get into like the essence or the spirit of what you're connecting with and see like what is your magic about? What is the deeper imagery or experience of what you are communing with? And it gets pretty abstract because then there will be like no words or vision or visuals or colors or anything to like associate with that entity, but the sensation and the experience is still there, and that is very powerful. And that is why, you know, I think humans create art and poetry and music, and why we make things, why we like plant our seeds of creativity, because I think we are connected to, when we're connected to this like ineffable source or spirits, we are bringing something forth that is of like creation itself. And it's very powerful. It's a very powerful dance to be doing. So, yeah, let me know if this made sense to you, if you agree, what you think. And yeah, I'm curious.